Welcome back to the channel. Now some people did say April 15th would have been the date when the appeal court would make their decision. We never heard from me. We all together never heard from the attorneys. And we never heard from the appeal court. We don't know where people they get that from. Now they've given an official statement and they are saying that June 10th for 5 days will be the duration for submissions from both sides, both the DPP or the office of the DPP and from defense attorneys representing Vybz Kartel and the other co-accused. And the appeal court has also given stipulations, saying these stipulations should be completed all, both by prosecution and by defense, by the 31st of May. And certain other things have done or be done before that. But everything supposed to complete all them need to present to the court before the court starts to hear these submissions. Now something that is still unclear, but society seems to have mixed views on. Some people have said there's nothing wrong with the evidence that was used in the initial trial. And that evidence that was used against Vybz Kartel is the same evidence that the DPP either can or will be using again. Now we don't know. What we can say is that the Privy Council's ruling was never on the evidence. It was on what took place with the jury. So the Privy Council never gave a ruling saying that the evidence used before cannot be used again. It wasn't a statement like that. It was more the fact that what took place with the jury, after it took place, continuing the trial, that should have never taken place. And hence, continuing the trial, anything will happen after that, they must say, yo, all right, they must quash the conviction and everything. Now, some people also wonder if there's a situation and the state does not get it right with the initial trial again, will there be a situation where it has to again go back to the appeal court? Both attorneys and even just people who are here about what are going have presented the question about the jury. Can they find an unbiased jury? As it pertains to the evidence, people say even though lots of different articles of evidence was presented against Vybz Kartel and his co-accused, when the appeal court heard what took place in the appeal trial and heard the appeal of Vybz Kartel and the co-accused, they said that they would uphold the conviction based on the evidence that was used in the initial trial, which was cell phone data. Whether it be voice notes and recordings or voice messages. Now in the initial trial, what was not done by the defense is that they never have an international forensic expert. Somebody will work with the Privy Council on other cases. Now for the Privy Council that was done, even though all that was presented to the Privy Council, they made a decision on the jury situation. But all of that information was presented. The defense have it. Some say that go against what the state say about the same evidence and how it was retrieved and put together. Now if that's the main piece of evidence what the state have and the defense have something for that main piece of evidence there, some would say it look like it will be a waste of the state's time. Now this is why the appeal court say make submissions. Look here why the prosecution feels so strongly. So them have a case that them can win, seeing the major scandal that has just taken place with the same individual and the co-accused. Think about it. A major scandal took place where the Privy Council said, how is it that the judge continued with a jury where this happened with? They must say, no, this could have never, should have never. And keep in mind, even with the traffic guru case, situation with elected officials, that went to the Privy Council too. And the Privy Council sent back that matter to Jamaican courts as well. Now, as it pertains to who are the defense attorneys, where I go represent Vybz Kartel and his co-accused. We're not sure. Some would say to where Bert Samuels speaking, seems as if he's still retained by Sean Stark. Him say, even in the event of a retrial, him would have moved to have the individuals granted bail. We don't know if he knows that speak hypothetically, just speaking as an attorney, seeing that the question was presented to him in a situation like, what would you do as a defense attorney representing, you know what I mean, Vybz Kartel and co-accused? But he might still be representing Sean Storm. Never really hear of any changes with that. Of course, Isaac Buchanan definitely did his job. Definitely doing job. And people that say, them hope he will be a part of the defense team going forward. Seeing that these statements have been now made clear by the appeal court, you're going to hear them officer. You know what I mean? What them plan to do. Obviously going forward now, them have to start do the necessary preparations, ready documents. And as I'm say, I believe that defense attorneys didn't know that this would have been the process. And them it already started. Seeing that when the media spoke with the DPP, who is the leader of the office of the DPP, she said her team, I remember she have only things she busy, but she said the office and her team were already preparing files. Preparing files for what? For this submission. For the same something here where the appeal court has said no. So way back then, when we hear the interviews and, you know what I mean, the cliff views and, you know, we hear the whole heap of different interview them. For the media, submissions for this is where those files were being prepared for. So more than likely the defense team was doing the very same. So that, you know what I mean, the time of the matter about everything can be filed and submitted by that time. And keep in mind, with that being said, if attorneys already knew that this would be the process, that a submission hearing would take place, and then they'd still say they believe no retrial will be granted, that means they believe that in this now new showdown between the defense and the prosecution, they believe they will again be victorious against the office of the public prosecutor in the attempt to have that retrial. So I guess this is why they made us say there will be no retrial. And I just feel, and it feel like say, you know, just because what took place, the scandal that took place, the fact that Isaac Buchanan pointed out that there was a part in the document that said the individual should be repaid for lawyer fees. But it was not just based upon that. They knew that after these submissions, there would be no retrial. Just based upon what they could present to the appeal court. And the appeal court seeing that what had just taken place with the Privy Council. Now, of course, the prosecution is hoping for the opposite. And the prosecution is saying that they want a retrial. This is something that was said after it was announced that the murder conviction was quashed. It was said during closing arguments by the attorney representing the Jamaican prosecution. And that individual said that if the court decided, or if the Lords, the Privy Council decided to quash the murder conviction, have it overturned, they wanted the opportunity to have a retrial, something the defense objected to. Use different legal terms like second bite of the apple and tainted tree and, you know, things of that nature, all for different legal terms. But they were basically saying they didn't want a retrial. So, talk to me in the comment section, tell me what you think. If you're new to the channel and just pass through, click the subscribe icon and then the bell icon. And of course, put it on all And this is how you know will be notified of all fresh content as soon as fresh content is uploaded and made available for you right here on the platform. Now, until the reason again, my sentiments for you and yours are for to live, love, and prosper, and for to stay tuned.